On our anniversary, she slapped me and threw my gift in the trash. I don't want handmade junk. Stayed quiet, took it out of the trash. She saw it selling for $10,000 and lost it. 3 months making the jewelry box. Walnut and maple inlay. Hand-carved details on every surface. Cherry wood accents. Secret compartments with magnetic catches I'd machined myself. Brass hinges I'd aged with vinegar and salt. Velvet lining in deep burgundy that I'd cut and fitted by hand, piece by piece. Every joint perfect, tails so tight you couldn't see the seam. Every angle measured to the thousandth of an inch with calipers. Hundreds of hours in my workshop. Late nights after my construction job. Weekends when I should have been sleeping. Before work at 5 a.m. After dinner until midnight. 3 months of my life. 3 months of planning, designing, building, refining. Opened it at our anniversary dinner and just stared. The restaurant was nice. Antonio's, downtown, candles on every table, soft jazz playing, white tablecloths, other couples celebrating around us, anniversary, birthday, proposals happening in the corner. I'd saved for 3 months for the dinner alone, $200 for the meal, another $50 for the wine she'd ordered. What is this? She was looking at the box like I'd handed her something contaminated. A jewelry box. You said you needed somewhere special to keep your grandmother's pieces. The ones you inherited. You said the velvet box they came in was falling apart. She set it down hard on the table. The silverware rattled. The wine glasses shook. People at nearby tables glanced over. I thought you were getting me the Tiffany bracelet. The $4,000 one I showed you 3 times. The one in the blue box. The tennis bracelet with the diamonds. Can't afford that right now. The truck needs new brakes. The transmission is slipping. Your car needs tires. We have bills. Her face went cold. Ice cold. Dead cold. You made me this instead? This is what I get for our 3-year anniversary? Wood from your garage? I made it for you specifically. Designed it for your collection. Spent 3 months every spare hour. I don't want handmade junk, David. The words hit like a physical blow. Like being punched in the chest. The couple at the next table looked over. Looked away quickly. Pretended they hadn't heard. Stood from the table. I'm going to the bathroom. Toward the back of the restaurant. Heels clicking on the hardwood. Toward the bathrooms in the back. But she didn't go to the bathrooms. She turned into the kitchen instead, through the swinging doors, through the server window, the little round window in the door, the big industrial trash bin by the dishwashing station, the one full of food scraps and napkins and broken glass. She threw my jewelry box in the trash, didn't even hesitate, did the lid and tossed it in like it was nothing, like it was a paper plate, like it was garbage. 3 months of my life. She came back to the table, sat down, smoothed her dress, picked up her wine glass. And this is what I'm worth to you? Garage sale garbage? Something you threw together in an afternoon? Then she slapped me, open palm across my face. The sound echoed in the quiet restaurant. Everyone stopped. Every conversation, every bite of food, every sip of wine. Everyone stared. My cheek stung. My eyes watered. From humiliation. From the realization that this woman I'd been with for 3 years had just hit me in public. She grabbed her purse, stood again. I'm going home with your wood scraps and your tools. Maybe they'll appreciate you since I clearly don't matter. Me sitting there, cheek burning. Everyone still staring, came over. Young guy, horrified. Do you need, call someone? It's on us. Please, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Paid anyway. $200 for the meal. 50 tip, more than the bill, but I didn't care. The dishwasher if I could look in the trash. Big guy. Tattoos. He'd seen everything. You serious, man? My girlfriend threw something away. It's important. To the bin. I dug through coffee grounds and pasta scraps and bread crusts and lettuce and sauce and found my box, covered in garbage, stained. Wet with dishwater, smelled like garlic and tomatoes and waste. Pulled it out, held it. 3 months of work covered in trash. To the bathroom, the men's room. The inlay was stained, but intact. The hinges still worked, still functioned. Wrapped it in clean paper towels, carried it out like it was precious, 'cause it was, not to her, but to me. And drove, not home, not to my apartment, not to the workshop, to Hendrick's Gallery downtown. Patricia Hendrick was closing up, 10 p.m. on a Friday. Lights mostly off, but she saw me through the window, saw my face, saw what I was carrying. Are you all right? I didn't answer. Still smelled like garbage, like coffee and grease and restaurant waste. She didn't care, didn't say anything about the smell. Put on her reading glasses, the ones she wore for examining pieces, examined every detail, every joint, every piece of inlay, every carved surface, opened the lid, tested the hinges, found the magnetic catches, ran her fingers over the wood. 5 minutes of complete silence. Just examining, just looking, just appreciating. Where have you been hiding this level of work? To be a gift. Anniversary present. 3-year anniversary. Is it for sale? It is now. Opened it again. Did the magnetic catches. Smooth, silent, perfectly aligned. There were 4, hidden in the design. invisible unless you knew where to look. Ran her fingers over the inlay, feeling where walnut met maple with no gap, no seam. Can sell this for $8,000 to $10,000. Maybe more to the right collector. Maybe significantly more if we market it correctly. Like she was lying. Like she was trying to make me feel better. I'm completely serious. This is museum-quality work. The inlay alone is extraordinary. The joinery is flawless. The design is sophisticated and original. The craftsmanship is on par with anything I've seen from master woodworkers who've been doing this for 40 years. I have collectors who specialize in fine woodwork, art collectors, furniture collectors, people who understand what this level of skill means. We sat down at her desk. She pulled out our consignment agreement. I'd sold a few small pieces through her before. Cutting boards, small boxes, nothing serious. Standard gallery split. 50-50. She'd photograph it professionally, get it appraised by someone certified, someone whose opinion carried weight, display it in the front window of her gallery, prime spot, best lighting. Could launch your career, David. You understand that, right? This sells at the price I think it will. If the right people see it, this could change everything for you. I just want it gone. Want it to go to someone who'll appreciate it. Someone who won't throw it in the trash. Promise you that. I drove home. Car was in the driveway. It's off inside. Door locked. Could have gone in. Could have confronted her. Could have packed my things. Didn't. Just slept in my truck. In the driveway. At dawn with a stiff neck and drove to my workshop. Showered in the utility sink. Changed into work clothes. Went to my construction job like nothing had happened. 3 days later, Patricia called. It's in the window. You need to come see this. I drove downtown during lunch break. Parked across the street. Didn't want to go in. Just wanted to see it from a distance. There it was. Front window of Hendricks Gallery. Center position. Spotlit with museum-quality lighting. Professional photography printed on a placard beside it with detailed descriptions of the techniques, the wood types, the time invested. $2,500. She already had 2 serious inquiries. People who wanted to see it in person. Touch it. Examine the work up close. Open the secret compartments. Test the weight and balance. My phone buzzed from Patricia. One inquiry is from a serious collector, Richard Brennan. This is exactly what he's looking for. Afternoon, my phone exploded. 8 missed calls from Monica. 15 texts, then 20, then 30, then 40. The gallery during her lunch break. She worked 3 blocks away at a law firm. Walked past Hendricks every day on her way to her favorite salad place. Saw the box. Saw the price tag. Saw the placard with my name on it. David Chen. Artist. Master woodworker. The hell is my gift doing in a gallery window? Trash art priced at $10,000. This has to be a mistake. That's my box, the one you gave me. Call me now. David, answer your phone right now. Calling the gallery. This is theft. You gave it to me. Patricia Hendricks says it's yours. Why would you sell my gift? I sent one text back. The handmade junk found someone who appreciates it. Then I muted her number. Blocked her calls. Blocked her texts. Didn't want to hear it. Didn't want to engage. She was waiting in my driveway when I got home from work. 6 p.m. Still in her work clothes, blazer and pencil skirt, leaning against her car, arms crossed, face red, makeup smeared like she'd been crying. Is that really your box? The one you gave me for our anniversary? Is someone actually going to pay $10,000 for it? Already sold. Collector bought it this afternoon. Richard Brennan. Paid full price. Patricia called me 2 hours ago. Expression changed. Shifted. From anger to confusion to calculation. Sold? For $10,000? That's $2,500 actually. My half after gallery commission is $5,050. Her face went through several emotions. Shock, realization, regret, then calculation, then fake sweetness. I overreacted about the gift. I see that now. I was wrong. It's actually beautiful, stunning. I was just stressed about work. You know how I get when I'm stressed. I say things I don't mean. Are you sorry you threw it away? Or sorry it's worth money? Changing to that sweet tone she used when she wanted something. That's not fair. I didn't understand what it was. I didn't know, but we've been together 3 years. We're partners. I should get something from the sale, right? Half at least. It was technically my gift. You threw it in the trash, Monica. You called it junk. You slapped me in a restaurant. The money's mine. From my work. My hundreds of hours. Punishing me for one mistake. One bad moment. Everyone makes mistakes. You threw 3 months of my work in the trash and called it junk. You said I gave you garbage, then you slapped me in front of 50 people. That wasn't a mistake. That wasn't one bad moment. That was showing me exactly who you are, exactly what you think of me, exactly how much you value what I do. I didn't know it was valuable. It's the entire problem, Monica. That's what you're not understanding. You only care now that it has a price tag. If that box had sold for $100 at a craft fair, you'd still think it was garbage. You'd still think I wasted 3 months. The dollar amount changed your opinion. Not the work, not the craftsmanship, not the time. Completely true. If I told you I sold it for $50, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't care. You'd still think it was junk peeling out of my driveway, tires squealing, calling me names, telling me I'd regret this, telling me I was making a huge mistake, telling me I was throwing away 3 years. I went inside, packed her things, the stuff she kept at my place. Toothbrush, clothes, makeup, hair products, put it all in a box, left it on the porch, changed the locks that night. $50 at Home Depot, new deadbolt, new handle set. She didn't get a key. The box sold officially the next day, $10,500 to Richard Brennan. Lived in a mansion in the hills, had a whole room dedicated to American craft work. Shaker furniture, studio furniture, fine woodworking. My half after the gallery commission, $250. Called me the day after the sale. Excited. More excited than I'd ever heard her. David, you need to sit down. Richard wants to commission 2 more pieces. He's thinking jewelry boxes again, but different designs, different wood species, different inlay patterns. He's offering $8,000 each, and he wants to introduce you to his friends, other collectors, people with money and taste. Are you serious? Completely serious. David, you're talented, really genuinely talented. People are starting to notice. I have 3 other galleries asking about your work, asking if you have more pieces, asking what your commission rates are, asking when you can take new projects. I took Richard's commission. Both pieces. Started designing immediately that night. Planned wood choices, calculated dimensions and proportions. Spent my evenings in the workshop, not hiding anymore, not treating it like a hobby, not apologizing for the time, treating it like what it was, my real work, my real calling, what I should have been doing all along. Started showing up everywhere. At my workshop, at Patricia's gallery, at the coffee shop I went to in the mornings, calling from different numbers when I blocked her, texting from her friends' phones, emailing, messaging on social media. I understand your value now. I can support your career. I was wrong. I'll admit I was wrong. I'll support you. I'll help you. We can build this together. Stand the value after the price tag, not before. It's not fair. It's completely fair. If that box had sold for $50 at a craft fair, you'd still think I wasted 3 months. You'd still think it was junk. You only care because someone else validated it with money. Because I love you, you don't love me. You love what I might become. You love the potential money. You love telling people your boyfriend is an artist now. You don't love me. This magazine did a feature on me 2 months later. Regional publication. Pacific Northwest Artisan. Nice spread. 6 full pages. Photos of my work. Photos of me in the workshop wearing my apron and safety glasses. Interview about my process. About how I'd been doing this for 10 years as a hobby. How I'd learned from YouTube and books and trial and error. How I was finally taking it seriously as a career. How one rejection had pushed me to stop hiding. The headline, Hidden Master, Local Woodworkers Museum, finally gets recognition after decade in the shadows. The article talked about the jewelry box, about how it had sold for $10,500 to a serious collector, about how I had a waiting list now, about how galleries were competing for my work. Sent me a screenshot of the article. Must have bought the magazine. 1 word. Deleted the message. More galleries called. Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, places I'd never thought would care about my work. Commissions. People wanted custom work, wanted pieces designed specifically for them, wanted boxes for their wives, cabinets for their collections, humidors for their cigars, display cases for their heirlooms. My rates tripled, then quadrupled. $1,000 for a jewelry box now, $15,000 for a cabinet, $20,000 for a custom piece, and people were paying, without negotiating, without questioning. Just paying. I had a 6-month waiting list, a real artist with real clients and real money and real respect. Because Monica threw my work in the trash and called it junk.